Welcome to Laundromat News. Today, I am your news anchor, Jordan Berry, and we are going to bring you the latest and greatest of what's happening around the laundromat industry. And we're going to start off with a press release from Laundrelux, who has come out with their toughest 200G machine yet. Now with proven touch technology, Laundrelux is North America's exclusive distributor of Wascamat commercial laundry equipment, and it's thrilled to announce the game-changing expansion of its Wascamat vended washer product line. I'm going to put the entire press release on the show notes page. So check out laundromatresource.com/news to check out the whole thing. But it features an innovative Clarus Vibe 7-inch color touchscreen control panel. I saw something 35 different languages, 10 different built-in wash cycles, 180 plus custom programs. I just love that these manufacturers are coming out with these products that are helping us serve our customers better. So check out the toughest 200G machine yet from Laundrelux, the Wascamat there, and check out laundromatresource.com/news to go read the full press release and to get a link to check it out further. And you can talk to a representative for Wascamat Commercial Laundry and Sales at info@wascamat.com, or you can call 1-800-645-2204. So I want to get that information out there. Love this machine. It looks super sharp, and can't wait to try it out myself. I haven't seen it yet in person, but I can't wait to try it out myself. So check that out. I want to jump to our next story here. We've got a couple international stories, and the reason I'm bringing them up is because I like to see kind of what's happening around the world, because some of that stuff is a sneak peek into our future here. So listen, first of all, we're going to go over to Vietnam. In Vietnam, the laundromat business model is booming right now. As I think they're in a point in time where small businesses are struggling, but laundromats seem to be booming there. And I just think it's interesting to see that kind of around the world, the status of laundromats has been raising in the eyes of investors and business owners. We're certainly seeing that here in the U.S., but also we're seeing this in other places. This initiative is being driven by Alliance Laundry Systems, the world's biggest commercial laundry manufacturer, and they are driving this growth here in Vietnam. So let's keep an eye over there, see what's going on, see what's happening. But it's proving, laundromats are proving once again to be a compelling business model. All right, let's stay in Asia, and we need to talk about Japan right now, because Japan also is seeing a boom in laundromats, and this is really actually very interesting. They're seeing a huge boom in self-serve laundromats, and they're seeing a decline, pretty massive decline in dry cleaners. And part of the reason for that, and it's something that I don't feel like we talk about enough, but it's changes in garments. Actually, there, Japan is kind of leading the way with garments, and specifically with suits that can be washed in a regular washer. And their self-serve laundromats are growing because of the garments that are being worn over there that can be washed, in a standard washer dryer. Actually, they have a lot of washer dryer combos even, so you can just chuck it all in one machine, get it washed, get it dried, good to go. It's your suit. You're ready to hit the workforce there. But I think this is very interesting because, as we're seeing a boom in laundromats in Japan, I'm looking at a chart here. I'll link to that in our newsletter. So if you're not signed up for that, go sign up for our newsletter. But I'm looking at a chart here that shows the growth from about 10,000 self-serve laundromat locations in 1997 to today, where they're at about 25,000 self-serve laundromats. And I'm looking at dry cleaners that had about 50,000 locations in 1997, and they're down to about 22,000 today. So you can see that has sort of begun to invert there. So again, I think this is very interesting because of the types of garments that are being created and worn there. And so it's definitely an interesting trend for us to be watching. Listen, we can't talk about the news today without talking about hurricane and hurricane relief. There are a number of laundromats on the East Coast there in the Eastern Seaboard that are offering free wash to try to help out the communities over there. And I'll link to a few different articles of a couple different laundromats that are doing that. But definitely thoughts and prayers out there for everybody over there who has been going through this hurricane and has suffered loss and devastation. And in particular, laundromat owners who have had their businesses affected over there. We're thinking about you guys and we'd love to support you guys. And we appreciate those of you who are supporting your communities by offering great service, and some of you who are even offering great free service. I want to give a particular shout out to Sarah Mackin, who's out in Newberry, South Carolina, who their business, her and her husband's business, also was affected by Hurricane Helene. However, they were able to get power back on, and they've been able to give back by offering free laundry services for utility workers and first responders, as those guys are working around the clock to try to restore power and to help those in need. So listen, I've been saying this for a long time, but laundromats are amazing investments. You can cash flow really great. They're still a great business model. I get asked that all the time. Still a great business model, both here in the US and as we've seen globally already today. But listen, aside from them being great businesses, we have opportunities to actually impact in positive ways our communities. And so shout out to Sarah Mackin and all the other laundromats out there that are serving their communities during a time of crisis. So I just want to acknowledge that. And again, I'll put a link to Sarah's Laundry Southern Suds, which I love, that in case you want to go check them out, and maybe head over to their Facebook page and give them a great review for their great work they're doing over there for first responders and utility workers. All right, we got to head back over to Asia for a second because they also are seeing a boom, but they're seeing a new generation of laundry servicing going on over there. I mean, this is wild, and this is definitely something we need to take notice of. You definitely should check out the newsletter that's going out in order to read a little bit more about this. However, Laundry Go is booming over there, and they're a mobile app-based laundry service offering contactless pickup and delivery, and they're using all kinds of innovative technology, including an AI scanner that they send laundry through, and it uses vision AI to autonomously assess the condition of the laundry and determine the appropriate washing method. Like, this is next level stuff we've got going on here. These are the kinds of things we need to be paying attention to. This is a whole new level of laundry over here. So check out what they're doing over there. You know, they've got unmanned 24-hour dry cleaners. They've got all kinds of stuff happening over there. It's really, really interesting. And these are the kinds of things that we need to be paying attention to as laundromat owners. Number one, so that we can decide if there are ways to implement these things or something similar along these lines, but also just to see the evolution of our industry and where we're heading here. All right, so I'll link to that in the newsletter. And listen, the last thing we've got to touch on here, because this has been big news. It's been all over my wife's news feeds and stuff. But once again, Beyonce is back in the laundromat, stripping down to her underwear in a Levi's commercial. So shout out to the laundromat owner who owns the laundromat that Beyonce is stripping down in, I guess. But listen, not only are laundromats a great business model, not only do we have an opportunity to do great things in the community, but also maybe Beyonce might do her laundry in your laundromat. So just further proof that this is a great business model. Listen, this is the news today. There's a lot going on in our industry, both here and abroad. But once again, we just want to send our thoughts and prayers out to everybody affected by Hurricane Helene. And if there are anything that we can do as a community, feel free to reach out. Or if you have news for next week's episode, send me an email, news@laundromatresource.com, and we'll get that in the news. And we'll try to mobilize if anybody needs some assistance out there. All right. That is it for the news today. We will see. I still don't have a catchphrase, like one of those cheesy news catchphrases. I'm going to work on that. And I still have not said any jokes, not a one for Patrick, and I'm feeling like a failure right now. So Maybe next week I'll get my act together and find a funny bone. That's all for today. Laundromat news today.